All right, here it is. Look at these bad boys. Concrete planters. How long do you think that is, Jim?
Probably about 5 foot.
5 foot long, 20 inches wide, and then two smaller ones, 3 foot. This thing here probably weighs 400 pounds, and those little ones got to weigh 200 pounds. I could barely move these things. Guy had them sitting there. You can see they're a little dirty. I'll power wash them, clean them up, look brand new. She wanted some kind of planter for her tomato plants without having to go in the garden, and we're going to put them right here on the deck. So these are going to be the most expensive tomato plants, but this is the latest adventure, and you guys are going to get to see firsthand to take off a 400-pound concrete planter off the back of a truck that's over 4 foot off the ground. Out like this far, and then tilt it to where it's on an angle.
No, later. Wait, come over here, Dorothy. No, get Doug. Okay.
Out.
It's the camper. Remember we camped in here?
Don't get your hands underneath it. I got you.
We're gonna camp in here next weekend.
Okay.
Table.
So
Me and
I'm
you
gonna
and Papa.
get back.
Stand it straight up.
Watch out. Whew.
It's not that bad when you just tilting it yourself.
Watch in case it kicks out.
Gotta move it like 3 prongs over. Jim, how many up? Still one more.
A little bit more.
Yeah. Well, if you want it center in, yeah.
Not back.
Is that good?
What do you think?
You soon needs to go that way.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6 and a half.
5, 6. So if we move it down to you, it's 6. That's even.
Get it down, grab your side, and then up under it. What do you want to do?
House?
What do you want to do?
House.
Oh, I like it in here. It's nice.
Yay.
It's nice in here. All right, so let's roll out some of this.
Put that behind it.
Okay, so what I decided to do inside the bottom of these planters, there's some really big drainage holes. They're probably, I don't know, 2-inch holes. And of course the dirt would come out and you'd have mud underneath of it. So what I think I'm gonna do here is I got a bunch of my river rocks and I'm going to line the bottom with river rock, and then we cut some screen and I'm gonna lay screen on top of the river rocks and then put the dirt. So when it drains, you won't have mud sitting in the bottom, and it'll keep the mud from going out the drain holes too. So it should drain well, is the plan. Okay, so that's the rock. All right, so the depth of these things, how deep is it? It's 16 inches to the top of this. So by the time I put my rocks in, we'll have about 12 inches deep worth of dirt. Let's go back to this one I started. Okay, this is just the first layer of dirt on there. So that'll be pretty much the bottom. So we're still at a foot deep, but we won't go that high, maybe 10 inches. So at least 10 inches worth of dirt to dig into with these things. So I don't know of any plant that's going to go, house plant or garden plant, that's going to go deeper than 6 inches, let alone 10 to 12. So that's a whole big giant bag of dirt right there. And this is garden dirt. So now we're going to put a top layer of potting soil. So potting soil, and then on top of that, well, potting soil's on top, and then garden soil's the bottom layer. That garden soil comes with manure. And this is that real light fluffy stuff that has peat moss in it and vermiculite, or I forget what the little styrofoam pieces are called, but I think we could put a little more dirt in here. Just a little bit more. So we don't want to go too high because we don't want dirt to fall out when you're digging. We always got our helper. Let's see what that does. That feels good. That's nice. That's some good dirt there. Look at that. I think once we get some water in it, it'll sink down a little bit. So let's start off with this. Let's not go too much higher than that, because when it rains and all, we don't want it to splatter and fall out of the pot. So we'll keep it a little bit lower than the edge. But that's nice, man. I just want to, you could swim in this stuff. This is pretty nice. This is going to be the most expensive tomato plant ever in here. right, look at this. We ain't messing around. She already got 2 tomatoes in there. She got her little steaks, whatever they are. She's watering them. There's some peppers on that side. But we ran into a snag, and I'm going to show you what's going on now. So right when I started to do this one, if you look down inside the drain holes, it's flat to the ground. So there's no way water can get out of there if it's sitting flat on the ground. If you look at those, it looks like it's on legs, but it's really not. It's just a decorative piece there. It's actually flat on the ground. So what I'm gonna do is cut these boards as wide as that and set it on 2 pieces of board. That way there's a 1/2 inch gap that they're sitting on, so the water can go through the 2 drain holes and then out. Because the way these are sitting flat on the deck right now, no water is going to be able to come through there when it rains or when you overwater. So it cannot drain the way it is. So let me zip a couple boards and lift these up and slide them under. So you can't see it in your head. Let me lift it up and slide it straight back. Ready? Well, you can kind of see the wood a little bit, which sucks that you can see that wood. I cut it a little bit short. You can't see it from the side. Well, I guess you can. But it should drain now. It's not sitting flat on the ground. All right, so let me cut 2 for here and probably 1, 2, 3 for that one. Okay, so for the big planter, since we got so much room, we're going to try a little experiment and try to put some blackberries in it. There's the big main blackberry bush, and you got a bunch of runners that come off, and little shoots like this pop up everywhere. So we're going to find some like this that look pretty healthy, that aren't cut with the mower, and we're going to try to dig them up real carefully. Like here's one right up here. We'll try to get as much of the runner as possible. Now see, this is a good one, because see all these roots? That's what you want. See all that? It has little hair roots on it. So we didn't just get a runner that's sprouting up. We actually got, I would call almost like a base plant here. And we're gonna plant this one. So let's go take it up and see how it looks in the planter. And since this planter's so big, we're just going to fit them right here in the middle somewhere. So not exactly the type of soil they love. They like that sandy, loose, well-drained soil. But we'll see if he's happy here. If he makes it. Don't even need a shovel. It'll probably take over the whole thing. We'll be ripping them out, but we'll see if it even makes it. It's the opposite of what they'd like.
$1.98 at the Amish place.
All right.
For 6 packs.
Okay, all done with the 1,000-pound concrete planters. We got some pepper plants here and some tomato plants in the back. They're looking happy. And we just put the palm trees behind them, give them a little bit of filtered light. And then on this side, we just threw in a couple pepper plants beside the blackberries. But just to finish this deck off, I'm going to get the power washer out and I'll power wash the whole floor here. And then the planters, you can see there's a little bit of stains on them and dirt. The power washer will clean that right up. So pretty happy with that. Okay, so that's it. Little project for the holiday weekend. Looks good, got a good deal on them. Much better than plastic pots sitting out here that just crack in the winter time and you end up throwing them away anyway. So, and the wooden ones, the cedar ones just rot and they fall apart, the screws come out, the staples come out. So we were looking for concrete planters and we got them. So we'll see how they work.